Hello everyone and welcome to Blogger and Everything and welcome back to the channel. And I never expected to be starting this match review by saying thank you Mr. Robert Lewandowski, because in as much as this little stretch, this little run of form Barcelona had between Villarreal and PSG at home, during that run of form there were a few players who were really playing at a high level for Barca. You think Lamine, you think Barça, you think Koundé and Araujo as well, perhaps Christensen and Gundogan as well. And none of those players that I've mentioned, you will notice, including Fermin, are named Robert Lewandowski. And that's because he's kind of been more miss than hit for Barca during that period. And even up until this match, he was sitting on just 13 league goals, despite all of the matches that he's played in, which, it's kind of atrocious for a player of his caliber to not even average a goal every other game. Anywho, he put all of that right today because it was very much his hat-trick that won the match for Barcelona. There were, of course, some dodgy calls here which went in favor of Barca. I should admit that, to start with. I don't know how Araujo wasn't booked after that penalty he gave away foolishly. I also do not understand the reason why Lewandowski's first goal stood. I don't get it, but it did. And it just kind of reminded me of something which somebody once said. It could have been Tony Juan Martí, when he was talking about the way that La Liga officiating is carried out sometimes. Like, if you get a bad call, if you are, clearly robbed, like we saw Barcelona was last weekend against Real Madrid, usually what will happen is that at some point in the near future, one of your opponents will have to take, they'll have to bite the bullet, and they will suffer a terrible call or two, which are going to go in your favor as a way of making up for the fact that they did not give you a call last time. And well, for the team that gets the call, then the next time you're probably going to, maybe. So they deliberately balance these things out. I don't know. It's a theory. Okay, I should have been wearing a tinfoil hat for that part. But I kind of buy looking at how some of those calls just, went in Barcelona's favor, and I'm sure a lot of culés would be looking and saying, you know what, I would have much rather some of those goals went in Barcelona's favor last weekend. Anywho, it was a win which moved Barcelona back into second place, something like, is it a point or two ahead of Girona, whom they will be playing soon, so guess it was important to get back ahead of Girona. But at this point, to be honest, I think that a lot of the players who I saw today, they looked guilty of doing something which I, as a fan, am also kind of doing recently, which is I've kind of just gone on holiday, to be honest, for the rest of this season. I'm not really invested, because there's really not much to be invested in, nothing to play for except, keeping Girona up out of second, which that should be more motivating for the players than it should be for me. Okay, because at the end of the day, I'll probably still tune in to watch, regardless of what the stakes are for Barca. The players, however, should stay switched on. And that was really the message, if there was any, from the match that we just watched tonight. It's that for the rest of this season, we're just going to ask the bare minimum for Barcelona's players to stay switched on. Araujo, I have no idea what went through his head when he gave away that penalty. Ter Stegen, I have no idea what went through his head when he gave away that first goal for, Hugo Duro. And going forward, we're just generally going to need these players, like I said, stay switched on. And if they don't, like you saw today, Xavi, have to take off the players who are not switched on. And I don't know, we were chasing goals in this game and not even a single minute for Vitor Roque. That's starting to become a worrying situation, especially because, like I had said, there's really not much we're looking forward to or asking for the remainder of the season. So you might think that giving, one of your young, he's a teenager at the end of the day, let's not forget. Okay, giving one of your teenagers a run in the first team so he can build his confidence should be more important than, helping Lewandowski stat pad to maybe win a Pichichi, which he's probably still not going to win because, he's just too far behind, in my opinion. And so I want to see more minutes here for Victor Roque, or at least play Victor Roque for the first half of the remaining games. And, in the second half, sub him off for Lewandowski. You can still do that. Anywho, I don't really want to talk too much because, like I said, I wasn't really into this game, okay? It was a good opponent. Barca definitely should have done better, but I wasn't really feeling this game. And I guess I just want to be done as well with this match review because I'm sure, like a lot of you Kool-Aids watching out there, you just want to be done with this season as well, don't you? Don't you? Because I do. Anywho, that's basically that. Thank you all for tuning in. If this is your first time, by the way, please do hit that like button or that subscribe button. Whichever one of the two you haven't yet done, go ahead and do that. But I'll hopefully have a much better match review because really today I would have just dunked on all the players and really torn into them if I went with my negatives and positives kind of, spiel that I do here. But yeah, that's going to be for next time. Otherwise, I thank you all for tuning in. Do have a great day and Forza Barça.